Elie Youan has officially signed for Aberdeen. Of course, he joined on a season-long loan from St Gallen, but it's a 3-year deal this time around, and it's permanently from St Gallen. He's been alright for Hibs. I remember the game against Dundee United that Dundee United pretty much had to win. He did miss a few chances in that, but he has got 7 goals, I believe. Well, he's got 12 goals at 53 times for St Gallen, but he has, of course, played for Hibs. And where did I see it? I believe he's got 7 goals in 33 appearances, which not spectacular, but when you watch Hibs, which isn't very often for me, but when you see Hibs, he is like an explosive player. He does add a bit of threat to them on the attack. So I think personally it is a pretty decent deal for Hibs. So it'll be interesting to see how much it will be revealed that it's for, but again, I don't think it's not going to be an absolute substantial amount. But we did have Stuart Kettlewell coming out and talk about substantial amounts, and he says no team in Scotland could afford Kevin Van Veen. Now, he's got a year left. He's like 33. Now, he is got 22 goals or whatever, 21. And he's really good. I really rate Kevin Van Veen. But he plays for Motherwell. He's got a year left. He's 33 and no team in Scotland could afford him. How much does he genuinely think that he's worth? Because Rangers and Celtic could easily afford them. I mean, I know there'll be jokes, Rangers couldn't afford them, but quality, right? But you look at Hearts, Aberdeen, why couldn't they afford them? Even Hibs, why couldn't they afford Van Veen? Motherwell, it's not like Motherwell would be wanting 5 million for Van Veen. It'd be fucking ludicrous. I would be shocked if it was above 1 million. If that's their true asking price, man. To be honest, but I mean, only time will really tell with that. But Rangers are keen on signing on Carlin Grant. We made a fit on that last night. Go check it out. But this one has absolutely baffled me. Rangers have had a £7 million move rejected by Antalyaspor for 25-year-old United States forward HAJI WRIGHT, according to Turkish journalist Salim Manov, who suggests Super League club are holding out for a total of 8.5 million. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to make a fid on that for my own channel, but I smell horse shit. Not a hope in fucking hell are Rangers paying 7 million for HAJI WRIGHT. It sounds like, it sounds like it's HAJI and Wright. HAJI WRIGHT, we've got HAJI and Wright at home, and personally I'd rather keep Yanis HAJI than bring HAJI WRIGHT in. I mean, I've never seen this guy. Maybe he's good, maybe I'm downplaying him, but I'll make a fid on that later. While Rangers are thinking about a move for Dijon Sterling, who currently is on loan to Stoke, but he is out of contract at the end of the season. Club Bruges, though, are preparing to offer Ryan Kent a deal. Don't really care. Rio Atati says he wasn't at the title party on Sunday because he had personal things to do. He's been linked with a move to Brighton. Celtic fans are adamant that he's not going to Brighton, but you never know. Celtic are listening to offers again for James McCarthy. What a weird fucking signing under Ange. Came in 2021 and they signed a 4-year fucking deal for him. That's bizarre. Definitely wasn't Ange that agreed to that one. Hibernian manager Lee Johnson has hoped to delve into new markets as they seek ways to bolster their squad, and the arrival of Brian McDermott as director of football will enhance that goal. Hearts Midlothian has confirmed that young trio Angus Stevenson, Luke Raffi and Aidan Denholm have all paying contract extensions despite the trio all attracting interested clubs in the Premier League. Boom, boom, boom. Clark Robinson has to leave Portsmouth and he has who really cares? I don't really care about Clark Robertson if we're being honest. Jason Cummins could be coming back to Scotland, but he has been linked with 2 Indian clubs, Mumbai City and Mohun Bagan. Why are these teams linked with Jason Cummins? Jason Cummins is fucking shite. Let's make no mistake about it. He's shite. And the fact, I do not know how he plays for Australia, honestly. What have Australia got up front? How'd they go for Tim Cahill to Jason Cummins? Can someone enlighten me with that? Jesus. Dundee want Callum Davidson. We made a fit on that earlier today, so make sure you check it out. Gary Barr, he's been critical of the Dundee standards behind the scenes. He's been at odds with the club hierarchy, and again, he wanted to go back down to England to be with his family, so I'm not going to hold too much against him for that. While former Celtic and Hibernian manager Neil Lennon's representatives are due for talks with Greek club Olympiacos in the next 72 hours as he seeks a route back into fucking. How does Lennon get all these jobs? I mean, he's not actually that bad a manager, in my opinion. I know he blew the 10, but I mean, I think we can say Lennon blew the 10, right? But if we're all being honest with ourselves here, the Celtic team fucking let Lennon down. Yes, he could have walked, right? He very easily could have walked, but that year, the Celtic team cost Lennon, right? No, I'm not saying if I think Rangers obviously would have won the league regardless if Celtic's team didn't really job Lennon out. They would have because Rangers were fucking outstanding. But I think Neil Lennon gets used as a scapegoat for that. Like you look at the likes of Edward, Christie, McGregor, players like that. They all had fucking shockers of a season that year. Edward kind of similar to like what Kent Morelos are having this year. Like they're all heading towards the be out of contract or wanting to leave, like him and Adger, and then they ended up leaving. So it is what it is, guys. But I want you to leave your thoughts down below. Not an awful lot happening here. And aye, till next time, Neil Lennon could be buying a job, man.